Good morning. Last night we got a bunch of fresh snow, and as you have probably seen in many of my videos, Ita loves playing in the snow. So for her training this morning, I'm just going to be doing some cash box training and let her play in the snow and do a little bit of recall training and just let her play around in this lovely snow. I don't know how many more days it's going to snow here. It's the first week of March, and usually by this time of year in Utah we get a few more snow days, but it melts really quickly as the days start getting longer and warm up. So let's go get Ita, put her on her harness, which is part of her training, get the cash box, and let her play in the snow. Ita! Ita! So if you haven't seen in my other videos, it's always really important to reward a mink with a little reward of food, and an immediate reward is the very best. So to immediately reward her as she goes into her kennel or her little carrier is to put a little piece of ground meat in here, and she knows, and she's hungry. This is first thing in the morning or at any time during the day when I'm working with her that I want her to get in there. I put a little piece of food there, and she goes right to the back and gets it out of there. See if I can get a shot of her coming up here, and she gets that little piece of food, and I'll get every little morsel off her, and her little tongue flicks out there and gets every little piece. She loves her food. Being in control of the food is very important. When you control the food, they know that, and they will respond to food calls, to their name calls. They'll respond to training, and it reinforces the training. They know that when they perform a certain action, that it's going to give them a reward of food. So to get her in the harness, I'm still putting a little piece of food right there, and it's really been really interesting with Ita. She doesn't really like the harness. She tolerates it, and so she knows that she's going to get harnessed when she comes up here. So in a way, she kind of avoids coming out. In the very first weeks of her training, I would have her come out and give her a little piece of food, and I still do that. And she wants to steal it and take the whole thing. But I'm going to get her out. Come here. Here's your food. Here you go. Here's your food. Okay. And I'm going to put her harness on while she's eating, which she'll let me do. Come here. Put your food right there. There it is. Okay. Good girl. Good little mink. She's really, really good. The other day I handled her for the first time barehanded, and she didn't even indicate that she was going to bite. I was taking her harness off, and she'd been on the run for quite a long time, and I was kind of in a hurry and didn't grab my gloves. But she's being so good. She's such a lovely little mink, and I've been putting her on not really a diet, but I've reduced the amount of food I've been feeding her, and she's slimmed down quite a bit, and she's responding to her food a little bit better. It's funny about a mink, when they get into small places like that, they like to push with their back and make more room. That's how they do it. They go down a hole, they'll push with their back, and if there's resistance, they continue to push. If there's no resistance, they don't push. It's funny, when she gets in my pocket, she wants to make more room. Even when she's getting the harness on, she'll want to push. It's a natural instinct to push with her back. And surprisingly, these mink with these little short legs, they have a lot of leverage. They can really push. So let's go put her on the run. I want to position the camera first, and so you can see her go along in the fresh new snow. Fresh new snow, Ita. You love snow. Look it. Neela made some tracks in the snow. Gotta make sure that we're positioned good. There's her box. There's, okay, let's let her get in the snow. Look at her go. She's like the Mullinator. Oh, that's funny. Now in the wild, this is precisely what a mink would do in the wild. All their prey would be living underneath the snow, like mice, voles. There would be access to the river where they could catch fish, and it would be covered with snow. Up in Alaska, where there's a large mink population in some of the coldest places in Alaska, the snow will get very deep. And mink are natural at burrowing underneath the snow, and they would do precisely what Ita is doing and burrow through the snow to find those mice and voles and other small rodents. Squirrels would have little burrows in the snow to find their caches full of seeds and nuts. And the mink would naturally go in there and do exactly what she's doing and burrow through this snow just like she's doing right there. This is about the deepest the snow we've got recently. There's been years when we've had a couple feet of snow back here, but this is some really fluffy, heavy snow. So it's fun to see her instincts kick in and do precisely what a wild mink would do in nature. Burrow underneath the snow, looking for things. If she didn't have a leash on, I wouldn't be able to hardly find her. So I've got her cache box. I'm just going to say cache it, ask her to go inside, and when she goes inside, I'm going to give her a little reward. Ika, cache it. Good me. Cache it, cache it, cache it, cache it, cache it, cache it. Cache it, cache it.